Have you ever been playing Street Fighter and gotten bored because somehow these characters just aren't buff and sexy enough? Well, have I got the game for you. Guilty Gear Strive is a fighting game in which the average bra size is a G-cup, and that's just the men. If we include the women, the average size goes down. To put it in the most simplistic of terms, Guilty Gear is the best and coolest thing ever, and if you disagree with me, you're objectively wrong. Every piece of wild bullshit that occurs in these games is down to this man. Daisuke Ishiwatari. Game developer, heavy metal star, and all-round GOAT. Why is every song in the game such a banger? Ask him. Why does Gold Lewis fight alongside an alien despite the fact that he does not believe in aliens? Ask this man. Why is this character 5 years old? Seriously, if my 5-year-old doesn't look like this, I don't want them. So what makes all this so great? Is it just the muscles, or is this a genuinely great fighting game? Obviously it's the men with melons, but let's dive into why Guilty Gear Strive is the best thing ever. So, fighting games. You may like them, you may not. If you don't, here's a video I made. After you watch this, you will. And if you do, you probably have that one game. That one game that tops all of the others for you. And for me, that game is Strive. I've tried Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Smash, King of Fighters, and many others, but none of them managed to top this mental, bullshit-blazing game full of insanity. Comparing it with other fighters, Strive is very fast-paced and very easy to build combos. As soon as you learn what moves go into other moves for your specific character, the combos just start to flow so naturally. It's like an easy-bake, build-a-bear approach to making combos. You can just sorta make it up as you go along, and you'll mostly be fine. Yeah, of course, there are optimal combos, but if you're just playing for fun, or you're not at a high level, you're gonna have much more fun with this system than you would in any fighting game. But this style of combo crafting definitely has its drawbacks. I'm quite big into Guilty Gear, but I do like to dabble in some other fighters from time to time. And since Strive is the first fighting game I've properly taken the time to sit down and learn, I find it quite difficult to adapt to some of the less forgiving combo systems that feature in these other games. Whereas people I know who started out in Street Fighter, the most normal of the normal, adapt pretty easily because of their game's basic style. So if you're new to fighting games, should you start with Guilty Gear? Yeah, you may have issues adapting to other games and you may build bad habits, but you're gonna have so much fun with this one that, does it really bother you? Though, we're talking about a fighting game here. Let's look at what you really care about. A fighting game is only as good as its roster of characters, and this cast is amazing and plays even better. Guilty Gear characters are wacky as hell. They all have some sort of crazy gimmick. Going back to Street Fighter, characters are basic and simple to understand. Ryu's a Shoto, Kami's a mix-up character, and Chun-Li can fix me. Whereas Guilty Gear characters are a whole new level of crazy. They don't fit into any single archetypal box. Sin is a rushdown character who has 3 times the range of any other rushdown character ever made, but then on top of that, he also has a meter which determines how much pressure you can apply on your opponent. If you rush down too aggressively, you will be punished. Happy Chaos has 2 bars to manage. He's a so-called zoner that uses a gun, but rather than shooting projectiles, he can mix in gunshots with his normals. But you only have a limited number of bullets, and you have to manually reload each bullet. And if that wasn't crazy enough, Chaos can't open fire if he doesn't have the focus meter. Because he has ADHD. Yes, that's real lore by the way. But surely it cannot get any more crazy than that, right? Asuka is the single most insane character ever put in a video game. As well as all of the usual fighting game mechanics, and the Guilty Gear specific mechanics, Asuka players have 3 card decks to contest with. Each card represents a move, and each deck is completely different from the others. you have to manually draw each card as well as manually cast each move. And the only way to ensure you get the move you want at the time you want is to count cards while playing a fighting game. They do these little beginner guides every time a new character comes out, and this is a screenshot from Asuka's guide. What the fuck is this? And because that was just not crazy enough, Asuka players also have to manage mana. You cannot perform any special move without mana, and if you reach 0 mana, which may I remind you is very easy to do because you are playing Texas Hold'em poker at the same time as a fighting game, the game punishes you by making you the character with the lowest defense stat in the game. This is literally a fucking war crime. How was this allowed to be put in a video game? So I think it's safe to say that we've established that this is not your grandpa's fighting game. This is nothing like Street Fighter. There's not a single honest character in the game. Everyone has some insane ass monkey gimmick. You want a standard character? You want Ryu? Here is the Ryu. He has lightning powers and a move that covers 3/4 of the screen. You are welcome. And the funniest thing is everything I've told you so far isn't even the main draw of Guilty Gear. The gameplay? Who gives a shit about the gameplay? Guilty Gear Strive for the PlayStation 5 isn't a video game. This is an album that comes with a free fighting game attached. The music is what I spent my £60 on. And the muscles. Of course the muscles. He's got abs on his armpit. The music of this series, and this game specifically, is just stellar. And it's so varied. Obviously it's mainly rock theme, but all kinds of rock are covered. I love rock music, and this soundtrack just scratches an itch in my brain. It gets my dopamine firing on all cylinders. And is it even a fighting game without the crazy lore? I'm not even going to begin to explain what is going on here, because no one in the world has any idea what is going on at any given moment. Here are some footnotes. Kill wife, life bad. Save wife, life good. What if God picked up a gun? Recover from a drug addiction and you too could triple jump. Reminder that this guy is 5 years old. Did you know a small sample of British people can time travel? Sexy gay people. I think you get the point by now. So by this point, I'm fairly confident that you are sold on Guilty Gear Strive now. Badass crazy characters, fast-paced gameplay, the best fighting game soundtrack of all time, and just the most insane lore you've ever witnessed. Oh, can I remind you that this is what a 5-year-old looks like? So if you own Guilty Gear, I suggest putting it in your PlayStation or Xbox right now because you are going to have some fun. If you don't, order it now. I'm literally a spokesman for this game. And leave a like if I've introduced you to something new or told you about something you already love, because I'm passionate about this, I want to share it with you. Comment down below who you main, let's go for that today, and subscribe to the channel because I love absolutely yapping about video games. With all that out of the way, I'll see you in the next one.